Harness design is key to performance at the frontier of agentic coding. This work started with two interconnected problems: getting Claude to produce high-quality front-end designs and getting it to build complete applications without human intervention. Earlier efforts pushed Claude above baseline through prompt engineering and harness design, but both eventually hit ceilings. To break through, we needed approaches that held across two very different domains, one of subjective taste, the other of verifiable correctness. The inspiration came from generative adversarial networks. The idea, a multi-agent structure with a generator agent that produces the work and an evaluator agent that grades it. But building an evaluator that graded reliably and with taste meant first turning subjective judgments into concrete, gradable criteria. Harness design has a big impact on long-running coding, but for complex tasks, the agent still tends to go off the rails over time. Two failure modes kept showing up. The first, models lose coherence as the context window fills. Some even show context anxiety, wrapping up work prematurely as they near what they think is their limit. The fix is a context reset. Clear the window entirely, start a fresh agent, and carry state forward in a structured handoff. This differs from compaction, where earlier turns are summarized in place so the same agent keeps going. Compaction preserves continuity, but it doesn't give a clean slate, so context anxiety persists. A reset gives that clean slate at the cost of a handoff artifact rich enough to pick the work back up. The second failure, self-evaluation. Asked to judge their own work, agents confidently praise it, even when it's obviously mediocre. This is worst on subjective tasks like design, where there's no binary test. Whether a layout feels polished is a judgment call, and agents skew positive on their own output. Separating the agent doing the work from the one judging it is a strong lever. Tuning a standalone evaluator to be skeptical is far more tractable than making a generator critical of itself, and it gives the generator something concrete to iterate against. I started with front-end design, where self-evaluation was the biggest problem. Left alone, Claude gravitates toward safe, predictable layouts, technically functional but visually unremarkable. Aesthetics can't be reduced to a score, but they can be improved with criteria that encode design principles. I wrote 4 criteria for both agents. Design quality. Does it feel like a coherent whole? Originality, real creative choices, not templates and AI slop. Craft and typography spacing contrast the technical fundamentals. And functionality, can users actually understand and use it? I weighted design and originality over craft and functionality. Claude already scored well on craft by default, but its designs were often bland. The criteria penalized generic patterns and by weighting taste more heavily, pushed the model toward real aesthetic risk-taking. I built the loop on the Claude Agent SDK. A generator creates a front end from a prompt. The evaluator, given the Playwright MCP, navigates the live page itself, screenshots it, scores each criterion, and writes a critique. That feedback flows back to the generator. 5 to 15 iterations per run, some up to 4 hours. One example, a website for a Dutch art museum. By the 9th iteration, it had a clean, dark landing page, polished but expected. Then on the 10th, it scrapped the whole thing and reimagined the site as a 3D room, a checkered floor in CSS perspective, artwork on the walls, doorways for navigation. A creative leap I hadn't seen from a single pass. I applied the same pattern to full-stack coding, where code review and QA play the evaluator's role. The result was 3 agents, a planner that expands a one-line prompt into a full spec, a generator that builds one feature at a time, and an evaluator that clicks through the running app with Playwright, like a real user. Before each sprint, the generator and evaluator negotiated a contract, agreeing on what done looked like before any code was written. The generator proposed what it would build and how it would be verified. The evaluator checked it was building the right thing. They iterated until they agreed. To test it, I generated a retro game maker from one sentence. The solo agent ran 20 minutes and $9. But the game was broken. Nothing responded to input. The full harness ran 6 hours and $200, 20 times the cost. It expanded the prompt into 16 features, and this time, the game actually played. Every harness component encodes an assumption about what the model can't do alone, and those go stale as models improve. So I simplified, removing one piece at a time. When Opus 4.6 landed, planning further, sustaining longer, I dropped context resets and the sprint construct entirely. The model handled it natively. I built a full browser DAW to test it. 4 hours, $124, the builder running coherently for over 2 hours. The evaluator still caught real gaps, stubbed features, missing interactions. The lesson? The evaluator isn't a fixed yes or no. It's worth the cost when the task sits beyond what the model does reliably alone. As models improve, sometimes the scaffold matters less, and you can let the next model solve a problem for you. But the better models get, the more headroom there is to build harnesses that reach beyond baseline. The space of interesting harness combinations doesn't shrink. It moves, and finding the next combination is the work.